First off, my mother unfortunately couldn't make it today. And though I have so many supporters in the audience, it's difficult to stand here without her cheering me on. She had been there for my kindergarten graduation when she had curled my hair into wispy waves and pinned in the blue cap while I jumped with excitement. I had worn that red velvet dress nearly every day for a month because I knew we couldn't afford the cost and because I had never felt prettier than I had in that moment. She was there for my 5th grade graduation when I had stolen her top because I thought it made me look more grown up and like I was a woman rather than a little girl. She was there for my 8th grade graduation. I tripped on my sandals and nearly fell while grabbing my diploma. When I had stabilized myself from the fall, she had hooted and hollered for the entire audience to hear. She was always in the front row and always had a way to make that day special, even if my achievements were pretty small. I know that she is watching this on FaceTime and that it's really hard for both of us that she can't be here today. So this speech is dedicated to my mother, the strongest woman I know who has given me the confidence to do this speech today. She's the reason that I've come to this school, and I know that if she could, she would be in the front row hollering and blowing me kisses. It's hard to believe that I'm here standing in front of you all today. When I say this cliche statement, I don't think I mean it the same way other graduates do. For them, it's that time has flown or that they're graduating a year early. For me, it's that I'm actually graduating and getting a diploma today. Before T, I didn't think I'd be able to achieve something like graduating high school, going to college, and I didn't believe I had even a minuscule of success or determination to do something like this. So I thank T for giving me a reason to thrive, giving me the opportunity to move on to new adventures of life, and for making me believe that I do have potential to do great things. See, every decision made affects your future. There are an infinite amount of paths through your choices that lead you to the next path, but each one has its rocky dirt roads and the smoothly paved streets. Life has its ups and downs that sometimes hit you with negativity and make you feel hopelessness, and sometimes it helps you through positive moments that make you feel invincible. My decisions and pathways have led me to this exact moment, and it's difficult to look at where I would be if I hadn't made these choices. If instead I decided to walk away from the school and the opportunities it's presented me, which I almost did a few times. T has encouraged me to embrace the challenge and not fear each change that comes with these forks in the roads, and that sometimes you need to take the scarier path to get the most meaningful outcomes. My future begins in the end of August, where I'm going to Boston to attend Emerson College in writing, literature, and publishing, even though I know the risks that go with it. I've been told it's a lousy waste of time and that life is best lived in a profession where you make money and where you're guaranteed to be happy. But despite the reserves, T, especially Mara, has inspired me to pursue my love and passion for writing, despite the small humming fear of failure that comes with it. My future is full of late-night studying, coffee runs, and hopefully thriving in a school I never imagined setting foot into. I will be relying heavily on internet resources, and my own quiet sanctuaries and libraries or cafes. My future will be full of wide eyes and shaky hands, as each step will probably be more difficult than the last. I may face difficulties or the feeling of being lost in a big world that sometimes is difficult for such a small person. But I will thrive and succeed within myself and my community, because T has taught me that I have the power to get past any barriers and to share my voice, even though right now it isn't very loud. I've learned that I can do anything I can put my mind to, as long as I have the determination and a valuable support system. I will move mountains, even if it takes years to move them even an inch. T has given me the confidence and the motivation to be able to say, I know my future will be difficult, but I will overcome anything thrown at me and risks as a student and an individual in this world. Now, future T students will be able to embark not only close friends, but join a family here. They will be able to thrive in an environment that pushes them to grow in knowledge and to go beyond the limits they originally set for themselves. To see the world through a different lens, and fight problems locally, nationally, and internationally that once seemed impossible to even put a dent in. These students will be surrounded by instructors and staff that will fight for them, not only in their studies, but in real life. Students will learn to overcome challenges within themselves and learn to appreciate all of their flaws and imperfections. These students will be on crazy adventures that some may think are unsurvivable, but they will get through these hardships and embrace the moments of laughter. Future T students will be given opportunities that will help them thrive, and opportunities that I wish I hadn't taken for granted. Future T graduates will have their own paths paved for them and will choose the fork in the road that seemed right for them. They will follow their passions and find successes because of how they've been taught to survive in such a competitive world, and they will fill this world with new innovators and artists. They will pride themselves in gritty intelligence, ambition, confidence, perseverance, and awareness. These students that are able to say that they've graduated from Tahoe Expedition Academy will know the labels that come with it, but will accept the challenges and the changes that they will need to make. Students will cross thresholds that have never been challenged or ventured before. They will make great changes, whether it only impacts a small demographic or an entire nation begging for something new. And know that the 3 boys graduating with me will prove this point. These students will be the future, just like the past graduates and just like the graduating class. We are the future, and we will accomplish all the goals we set for ourselves and be the people that we want to be. We are students that will never stop venturing the world and using our hearts and minds to inspire the people around us. We are T students and T graduates, and we are the future. Thank you.